Direk Paul Soriano shared the painful labor and birth-giving of his wife Toni Gonzaga Soriano. From relationship goals to family goals. The celebrity couple Paul Soriano and Toni Gonzaga are now officially parents after Toni has given birth to their first child. The couple has welcomed the baby boy named Severiano Elliot Gonzaga-Soriano to the world after he was born on the 30th day of September at 5:23 a.m. The family of Toni and Paul says that both Toni and their baby boy are now taking it easy and are now resting. The netizens then welcomed the baby by saying, "You have just been evicted from your mommy's womb. Welcome to the outside world. Invite you to watch the video." Student caught smuggling P25M worth of drugs in NAIA, says he is innocent, "I am a victim here." A student was arrested for attempting to smuggle 4.8 kilo of illegal drugs at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, NAIA. John Villamin spent 5 days of vacation in Brazil and authorities got a tip from an anonymous source that the 22-year-old was bringing home contraband. When he arrived at NAIA Terminal 3 from his connecting flight in Dubai, authorities inspected Villamin's luggage. "Do not confirm NGX-ray Nami Shadow Young bag, we placed him in isolation. From there, we used K9 unit of PDEA to check. Tapos and Nupun Young bag. From there, suspect Talaga at Banuxan," said Bureau of Customs Deputy Commissioner Arlen Alcaraz in an article by ABS-CBN News. Cocaine contained and sealed in a plastic was discovered tucked under loads of clothes and candies. According to NAIA Anti-Drug Task Group, Villamin will give TTHE drugs to his contact once he arrived. It is also possible that he was recruited to be a drug courier in Hong Kong when he stayed there 10 days before going to Brazil. Villamin refused to give a statement and he emphasized that the luggage was only given to him by his friend. "I am a victim here. I asked them, they said it was safe," he said. Authorities have warned students that they should not just accept offers of free travel because it might cost them something illegal in return. Invite you to watch the video. Mahal impersonates Senator de Lima in privileged speech and drama by adding some gag into it. Mahal, the midget comedian known to have a lot of videos circulating online, spoofing famous trends and issues that are timely and well relatable by everybody in the country, has this funny video impersonating Senator Leila de Lima's privileged speech and drama by adding some gag to it. Mahal, while in Singapore enjoying her vacation abroad, apparently drunk and partying all night with her friends, was reported impersonating the way Senator de Lima's raged during the conference, which the midget comedian added a very funny way of delivery when she said, "Recently, Senator de Lima had stated on her privileged speech that President Duterte and his allies are putting her into tough situation and wild currents for her to admit that she is involved on the widespread, insoluble problems regarding illegal drugs in New Bilibid prison." Senator de Lima bursts out in tears of too much anger as she stated her stand in drama against the president's political campaign and the pangajipit that has been claimed being done to her. Mahal's funny video amassed more than 2.5 million views and was shared nearly 95,000 times on Facebook. It also elicited over 19,000 reactions and funny comments from netizens. Invite you to watch the video. A Catholic boy whose studies was funded by Willy Revilla has visited Wowin. Must watch. In the set of Wowin, Willy Revilla was somehow distracted by a poster of the audience giving thanks to Willy for funding their studies. The man named Ajay Bautista, a former contestant of Willy's show, said that Willy funded his studies for 3 years and now, the monthly allowance that they're receiving from Willy is being used for the studies of his siblings. He was touched by their story and so, he ended up giving them rewards. A jacket, a mobile phone and even another 10,000 pesos. Everyone was truly touched by what Willy has done for this boy's future. Invite you to watch the video. NBA star King James endorses Clinton for president. NBA superstar Lebron James is endorsing Hillary Clinton for president of the United States in a move that could carry a lot of weight with voters in the pivotal state of Ohio. "I support Hillary because she will build on the legacy of my good friend, President Barack Obama," James wrote in an op-ed piece published on the Business Insider website on Sunday, October 2, Monday in Manila. "I believe in what President Obama has done for our country, and support her commitment to continuing that legacy. The article is slated to run on Monday in the Akron Beacon-Journal, the newspaper in James's hometown. James returned to his home state after a spell with the Miami Heat, and led the Cleveland Cavaliers to an emotional NBA title in June. In endorsing Clinton, he writes about his decision to return to Ohio, recalling his childhood as the son of a single mother. "Only one person running truly understands the struggles of an Akron child born into poverty," James writes. "And when I think about the kinds of policies and ideas the kids in my foundation need from our government, the choice is clear. That candidate is Hillary Clinton." James, a three-time NBA champion and four-time NBA Most Valuable Player, has become increasingly outspoken on social issues, including the racial tension that has flared across the country over police killings of black men. James praised Democratic candidate Clinton's message of unity. "I don't know everything it will take finally to end the violence," James wrote. "But I do know we need a president who brings us together and keeps us unified. Policies and ideas that divide us more are not the solution. We must all stand together, no matter where we are from or the color of our skin." And Hillary is running on the message of hope and unity that we need. Invite you to watch the video, where it shows Trump lost almost $1 billion and may have paid no tax for 18 years. Reports that Donald Trump may have paid no income taxes for nearly 2 decades show the Republican presidential nominee is a genius, his closest allies have said. The Trump campaign came out fighting after a story in the New York Times that the tycoon lost nearly $916 million in 1995, so much that he could have legally avoided paying federal income taxes for as many as 18 years. It came after a tough week for Mr. Trump following the first TV debate against Hillary Clinton, which sparked a feud with a former beauty queen he called Miss Piggy as he shamed her for gaining weight. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, a senior Trump supporter, did not dispute the newspaper report, and called the businessman a genius at how to take advantage of legal remedies that can't help your company survive and grow. He told ABC's This Week, "Don't you think a man who has this kind of economic genius is a lot better for the United States than a woman? And the only thing she's ever produced is a lot of work for the FBI checking out her emails." Advertisement. When asked whether such a loophole was fair, he noted that many Americans have such low incomes that they are not required to pay federal income taxes either. "A lot of the people that are poor take advantage of loopholes and pay no taxes. Those are loopholes also." New Jersey Governor Chris Christie declared it a very, very good story for Donald Trump. He told Fox News Sunday the New York Times story showcases the genius of Donald Trump because he has said he would follow the law, would ease tax policy on working people and knows tax policy better than anyone. Mr. Trump did not appear publicly on Sunday, but weighed in on social media, saying he was singularly qualified to fix the nation's tax system. "I know our complex tax laws better than anyone who has ever run for president and am the only one who can fix them," he tweeted. Early voting is already underway in some states, and former Trump advisor Barry Bennett said, "He's not been on message." A week was wasted where he could have been talking about the heroin epidemic and jobs and ISIS. All the money in the world can't get that time back. Democratic rival Mrs. Clinton made no mention of Mr. Trump's taxes during her events in North Carolina on Sunday. But she reposted a tweet from Mr. Trump, who wrote in 2012, "Half of Americans don't pay income tax despite crippling GOVT debt." Now that's pretty rich coming from a guy who paid $0 in taxes for 18 years, Mrs. Clinton tweeted. Mr. Trump is deciding whether to use the next TV debate to attack Mrs. Clinton's role in the infidelities of her husband, former President Bill Clinton, and met his senior advisors on Sunday to prepare for it. On Saturday night in Manheim, Pennsylvania, Mr. Trump imitated Mrs. Clinton's stumbles as she left this year's 9/11 memorial service ill with pneumonia and questioned her loyalty to her husband. "Why should she be, right?" he asked. "Why should she be?" The Trump campaign said that he had paid hundreds of millions of dollars in other kinds of taxes over the years. He has refused to release his tax returns, breaking with 4 decades of presidential campaign tradition. Mr. Trump has said his lawyers are advising him to keep his tax returns private until a government audit is completed. IRS Commissioner John Koskinen told a House committee on September 21 that people under IRS audit are free to release their returns. Mrs. Clinton has publicly released nearly 40 years' worth of tax returns, and Mr. Trump's running mate, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, has released 10 years of his tax returns.